Actually, I recently had a problem with one of my actors. He just did the lines so dry. Have you ever, like, this is a problem I had as a director.
Mm-hmm.
He did a good job. Like, he got into the role. He understood. He, like, looked at the original material.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was able to, like, go into it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, when I was editing it, I'm just like, man, I need something more from him. And then I'm just like, because I remember I was with him, and I'm like, here, like, I need like this, and I it's always a bad thing when you're just like, oh man, I could have done it better. And and that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
I think this is probably because I'm just starting out, and
it's like you have a benchmark, like, you know, of what you want.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Like, when you have like a particular vision, it's easier for like you to like handle all the parts, because then you can act out your vision very easily.
Yeah.
But when that's really not feasible, because you can't act every single part. That's one, stupid.
I mean, unless you're Eddie Murphy, then, you know, you could totally act all the parts out. But, you know,
I mean, yeah, there is movie magic. You can do that. But I mean, like, for small time budgets, I mean,
yeah.
Well, actually, even then you can do it, but it is a lot more work.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to like, and it also like reduces like, I can't have a conversation with myself, and then still maintain two different perspectives.
Like the two different energies of yeah.
I mean, you can, but it's facsimile. You're reading from a script.
Yeah.
Like, this is not, like, that would not be a conversation. It's not a real conversation. This is a real conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, we started with Shougeki No Souma, episode 4, and then we went off somewhere totally different.
Yeah. You can't really have those tangents by yourself. It's difficult. Unless you have the voices in your head that are like, we're gonna go do this, we're gonna talk about this now in your head. But
no, but like, because Matt, you'd have it like split screen, right?
Yeah.
And you can't you can't have that spontaneity.
Yeah. It'd be very difficult. Almost impossible. Very improbable.
I don't know how you can have spontaneity to a character that you've written that you're going to have to record separately.
True. So true.
So I don't see how you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think it'd be a cool thing to really test out. It's like, in a sense of, you'd have to really flesh out two different characters, two different viewpoints, and then, you know, then get into one side,
Oh, that's actually that's interesting.
Yeah. It'd be like a huge challenge for whoever's doing it, but man, that'd be crazy.
That would be crazy, yeah.
But food.
Right. So, my approach when I cook, and this is actually something that makes me cook less, is I'm kind of a perfectionist.
Ooh.
And like, I'm just like, I wanna. This is one of the things I hate. Okay, this is probably not the best thing. I am in Portland, and Portland is like a very foodie culture, but we're all like, oh, we'll get together and we'll just throw things together, and then we'll just all eat, and we'll just try a new recipe for the first time, and then everybody will have a potluck and then eat. And one of the things I hate about Portland is that people will just like try a new recipe for like the first or the second time, and they'll just make some additions, and then everybody will sit around and say, oh yeah, that was great, you did a good job. And I will like eat it, and it's just like the flavor is meh, and like the salt is like meh, and like the texture is meh, and then everyone's just like, oh, congratulating the person, and I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm just like, this is mediocre.
This was disgusting.
It wasn't disgusting, but this was not mediocre. I'm not gonna. I don't want to congratulate you on this.
Yeah.
I want to congratulate you on the effort you put on into this
Mm-hmm.
and for feeding me, which is a very good act.
Very true. Very true.
But I don't want to congratulate you on the flavor and texture of what you made.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it wasn't good.
Yeah. There's one thing I used to do a whole lot, like when I really started trying to cook, was adding too many herbs and spices.
Oh, yeah.
Man, like you're thinking like you smell, you're like, oh, it smells so good, and then like you taste a little bit, it's like, oh, it tastes so good, and you're like, I'm gonna put that a little bit, and that a little bit, and that a little bit, and then all of a sudden, everything tastes bitter, and you're just like,
It's like when you add colors and everything turns black.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, after a year or even a few times doing that, and then coming to the realization of like less is more.
Yeah.
That's when you're just like, oh my gosh, everything tastes so good. It's crazy. And I think, a lot of trial and error that's what cooking is.
That's for me, because the way I do it is like I will record what I did in my recipe. Like I have a recipe for chai tea, and it's a combination of what my mom would do,
Ooh.
and my grandma would do, and then also in my village there is a tea shop run by two Rajasthani guys, and I'm from India. You can probably tell from Tamil Nadu, and I sort of like mix what they do with what my mom does, and I will like down to the gram how much cinnamon, how much cardamom, how much orange pekoe tea I use.
Yeah.
And I have a weight scale, I have everything mixed out, or mapped out, I keep a record of it, and even how much water I use, I record by cup.
Whoa.
And how much milk I use too.
Yeah.
Right? And like I'll do a recipe over and over and over again, and eventually I'll start getting it right, because it's like hitting a target,
Yeah.
Like you kind of you get a lot of somewhat misses. You get like you're not gonna hit the bullseye.
You're almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And like that's one of the things like with a lot of these mangas where like people are like really skilled at something that ordinary people do, but we can't really reach that level, right? Because I live with like lots of different people, and one of them was actually a chef, and I had him watch one of the episodes of Shougeki No Souma, and I'm like, so since you're a chef, what do you think? And let's be honest, he wasn't like the highest ranked chef.
He wasn't the highest shelf.
Don't tell him I said that. Actually, I don't care. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to think of that.
We'll see.
Yeah. Anyway. And he said that, I feel like they have like some understanding of food, and they have done some research, at least from like this one episode that I've seen. And so, I mean, like, that's not like the highest sample size in either direction in terms of like how much he's seen of the show, or of like how many chefs I have made watch this show.
Yeah.
So, bad sample size. But it's still, I think, indicative that like it does feel like the show, manga authors do tend to do exhaustive research, and that's kind of what I like about manga and anime in general.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like really fun for me to like, oh, hey, there's this thing. I'm gonna go do a Wikipedia 6-hour, burn through the internet.
Yeah. I like those cooking animes where they also kind of go through the steps of what they do. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. Then it's like, oh, I might be able to make this one day. And then you do. And then you're like, oh, it's so good. Like one day, I think I was watching an anime and they made curry. And I was like, I want some curry. And so I went, bought some beef, bought some spices, and got some roux and stuff like that, and made curry.
So that's actually the British way, that the British way of making curry is with roux, and then the Japanese sort of adopted it.
Yeah.
And like if you went to India and made, you wouldn't make it, if you said I want curry, they'd be like, I don't understand, sir. What do you mean? And so if you were in Tamil Nadu, it'd be like, you want kolumbu.
Oh, okay.
Kolumbu, or like, there are different ways of like referring to it.
Is there like regional curry sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean they're. Oof. Here's a funny thing about India: we really like each other's food. Like in the village, right? There really isn't a lot of choice.
Oh.
There isn't like there's no Chinese restaurants. There's not any Mexican food. There's not there isn't. There's only just like what we make locally, right? But if you go to the city, then you're going to be able to find some. There is a Pizza Hut. There is a Domino's. There is, I think, some fried food.
Yeah.
There is. I think there are a few Chinese restaurants, but they're like Indian-style Chinese restaurants.
Oh, gotcha.
Actually, that's the thing about Chinese restaurants. They're always styled in the whatever country they're in.
Oh, okay.
Like American-style Chinese restaurants.
Yeah, yeah.
Are different than like any Chinese restaurant that you're going to find in China.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
No, but like they're just changed to suit the taste of the people there, and they're like a whole sort of new branch of cuisine.
Yeah.
And the same is true with like with India. We have like this whole branch of like Indo-Chinese cuisine. Like we have Manchurian dumplings that are vegetarian.
Ooh. How are those?
I have not had them, but I've seen them made before, and I want to try them.